Say Gifted back at y'all with another message. So I'm going on here to talk about your industry and the rap stuff. So all you people I'm not telling y'all to don't rap, but I'm saying like all you young kids, all you young kings who if you want to turn to rap, if you want to be rapping when you get out of high school, fam, it's best to stay independent. Don't ever get signed. Stay independent, because the minute you get signed, the minute you let the industry control you, the minute you sign that contract, you gotta understand, bro. It's like you selling your life over, you selling your soul over, and like you gotta understand, bro. Selling your soul don't mean like selling your soul means like you at the lowest form of your vibration, you at the lowest form of yourself. You gotta understand that, fam. So like when you not selling, so when you sell your soul, when you let them control you, it's like you are more guaranteed to be cloned. Like say like if you in the industry and they taking over you and you don't like it no more, and you try to turn to yourself and try to go back to your regular self, you got to understand you are more likely to get cloned because you are exposing the industry. That's why they be saying like all these rappers be doing this and that, but they really don't. It's something behind it that they hiding up. It's something behind it that they not telling us. You got to understand that, bro. Selling your soul meaning like you are the lowest form of yourself. You're not happy no more. You don't self-love. You hate yourself. It's like you got to understand your life is ran by demons. You got to understand, bro. And people probably be saying like, oh, who sell their soul, who da-da-da-da, this and that. It's the people you see on the #1 charts on a daily basis. It's the people that you see music getting pushed out all the time. That's the people, because you got to understand, this industry, this matrix, we're in the matrix. You got to understand that this matrix, they only promote guns, violence, drugs, all this and that, because you got to understand they want us to be stuck. They want to be stuck in this environment. You got to understand, you got to be careful what you listen to, because that Cardi B, that NBA YoungBoy, all this and that, yeah, they be rapping about violence and all this and that, but do you think they really out here doing that? Be for real with themselves. They not crazy, bro. Do you think they really out here doing all this and that? They're not crazy, bro. Like, you got to understand, bro, like, what you gotta be careful, like I said, you gotta be careful what you listen to or what you like bump and like wake up and like put in your ears, but because you can become it. You can become like it shows in They Clone Tyrone with the music, bro. What you can become, like how the music affect us and all this and that. You gotta understand that, fam. And like, bro, you gotta understand, bro. Like the highest form of yourself is love yourself, self-love, self-care. Connecting with your higher self. You gotta understand you got all the answers. All the answers you need to know is within. That's the God, that's Yahuwah, that's within. You gotta understand that, bro. So when you out here taking care of yourself, eating healthy, focusing on yourself, not worrying about what's going on in the world, you are more likely to raise your vibration, to raise your frequency, so you can be on that higher self, so you can see the world for what it is. You gotta understand that, bro. When you start taking time out from social media, the stuff they use to control you, their platform, you gotta understand that, bro. You will see the world for what it is, bro. You got to understand that, fam. These rappers that be having 100 millions and all this and that, bro, sometimes it don't even be them, bro. They be cloned. You got to understand that when you sell your life over, you can get cloned. They even came out with videos of people in the industry saying like, oh, I have like 5 different clones. How do you think I be here and there? How do you think I be there so quick? How do you think I be here with this rapper, but then the next day I'm there with that? Because they have clones. They have different people that look just like them. You got to understand that, fam. You got to understand, bro. You should never want to get signed. You should always want to be independent, be your own self, be who God called you, because you got to understand that, bro. When you leave this matrix, your body, your soul goes somewhere. Your spirit goes somewhere. You got to understand that we are not this glob of meat. You got to understand that. We are not this glob of meat. So when we die, we go back to dust. We go back to dust, fam. When we die, we go back to dust. Just like birds and animals, we just cut out. So when we die, we go back to meat, fam. When we die, we go back to dust, and our spirit goes somewhere, to another dimension, to whatever you want to call it, heaven. Like, it goes somewhere, and you gotta wait up. Like, it goes somewhere, fam. You gotta understand that. So, like, bro, y'all be thinking like these rappers have millions of bucks. They have millions of dollars. They have all this and that. Y'all think all that material things is stuff. I'd rather be poor. I'd rather be poor with the most knowledge in the world than rich with no knowledge or not being able to connect with my higher self. Like, why would you want to be rich, but you can't even connect with your higher self? You can't even talk to God. You can't even talk to the Creator, Yahuwah, your Father. You gotta understand that, bro. You getting followed by demons everywhere you go. Like, bro, you would not want to be that, fam. That's why it's best if you're doing your craft to stay independent, bro. Because when you stay independent, You don't got people on top of you telling you what you got to do, what you got to push, what type of agenda. You got to understand that, bro. When you, it's all like, bro, it's always gonna be an up and coming rapper next year, next month, next day. Like, it's always gonna be an up and coming rapper, a new rapper. You got to understand that. And they try to get them when they first start off and they see they got potential. You got to understand that they go for the people who they know the youth look up to, or like who they know the youth like hop on their wave, and that's who they go after, and they offer them all this money, all this stuff, and not knowing what they do. They want to get people so they can get people who the youth feel like they can look up to, so they can push their agenda that the elites want them to. When I say they, I mean the elites, the higher up, people in high positions. You gotta understand that, fam. So like, bro, niggas, like nowadays, it don't even, like I feel like everybody be at concerts, all this and that, but don't be knowing actually what's the meaning behind it, bro. Like, it be a whole bunch of witches and stuff there. Like, you gotta understand that, bro. These people, like, when you be seeing these videos and they be talking to the wall and stuff, nah, they don't be talking to the wall, they be talking to demons. That's why you see all these rappers with all this money, but they still smoking. They still smoking cigarettes. They still smoking weed. Cause, bro, they stressing, bro. All this money, it don't bring happiness. When you go to sleep at night, that money can't put you to sleep. You gotta understand that, bro. They got demons that follow them. They got demons that control them. You gotta understand that, bro. And like, it's gonna be like when you sell your soul and when you get controlled by the industry, it's gonna be hard to turn back to your true self. It's gonna be hard, bro. It's not easy, bro. That's why we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against spiritual wickedness in high places. It's a spiritual warfare out here, bro. You gotta understand that, bro. You gotta be on alert. Everything. You gotta be on alert. You gotta understand. Stay sober-minded, stay vigilant, because the enemy is roaming around like a lion seeking to whom he may devour. For the enemy came to steal, kill, and destroy. But Yahushua came that we might have life and that we might have it more abundantly, bro. You gotta understand, there's a lot of woke rappers coming out now. It's a lot of, I won't necessarily say woke, but they getting a spiritual awakening, bro. They start talking about the truth. Like, you hear more in songs now, like people start waking people up, talking about the truth, talking about what's going on in the world, like, and it's all happening around the world, bro. So you gotta understand, bro. Who do you see on the charts mostly? Who do you see always going number one? Who do you see people always liking their music, pushing their music out? But it's violent. It's not satisfying the soul. It's not uplifting, but it's secular music. You gotta understand that music can control you. It's like secular music, bro. Like sex, guns, violence, all that is lust, bro. You gotta understand that, bro. Music will always be at the top of the charts. That's one of the enemy's biggest plots in his matrix. Music, then it's money. I feel like it's music, money, cars, materialistic things, all that, bro. All that is the enemy, bro. To try to get you to think, oh, you need all this and that. You need all that to be happy. But you don't, bro. You don't. Bro, the real riches is happiness, love, patience, self-kindness, like all that. Growth, integrity, authenticity. That's the real riches. You gotta understand that. There's a lot of people that got a lot of money, but they broke. Y'all didn't really catch that. There's a lot of people that got a lot of money, but really broke. Yeah, they got a lot of money, but they broke in the inside. They spirit not right. They can't connect. They can't talk to the Most High. They can't connect with their higher self. They can't raise their vibration or their frequency. You gotta understand that, bro. So if you out here wanting to be a rapper, bro, you better stay independent. Don't let nobody sign you, bro, because you don't want to deal with that, because it's not what you think it is when you get there, bro. It's not what you think it is, bro. They gonna cancel you and it's gonna be a new rapper. You can't promote what you want to promote. That you gotta promote what they want to promote. You let your lowest form of yourself. It's just different stuff, bro. Like, it's not what you think it is, bro. Yahuwah didn't put you here to sell your life over. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. You gotta understand that, bro. So when you leave here, life gonna keep going on. You gotta make this world a better place. You gotta figure out how can you change humanity. How can you make an impact? So when other souls come here, they can see the experience. They can have a good human experience. You gotta understand that, bro. It's the humans. It's us that's messing this world up. You gotta understand that. They using us so they can promote their agenda. They using us. You gotta understand that. It's the humans that's messing this up. People be like, oh, why is the Most High, Yahuwah, whoever you call him, letting all this happen? Yeah, he's letting this happen because he gave us a free will of choice. He gave us a choice to do good and evil. You gotta understand that. He gave us a free choice, but it's a lot of many people that was led astray. We all been led astray, but you gotta understand, bro. You gotta understand, bro. Like, it's us that's messing this world up, bro. That's why this world is coming to so much turmoil. But in the Bible, it's biblical. This stuff has to happen. But at the same time, people be saying like all this and that, but it's the people that messes us up. But I just want to let y'all know, like, fam, if you want to become a rapper, bro, do not, bro. Rappers who sell their soul is not what you think they is, bro. These big rappers is not what you think they is, bro. But yeah, bro. Keep taking care of yourself. I love y'all. Your Yahusha loves y'all even more. Just stay up and bless. A1. One love.